All right, good morning, everyone. I just sent out a few emails, and so if you're getting this email, you got the PDF download, and if you're on the iMusic Academy email list, I think I sent this to almost everybody, so you don't have to re-sign up to the email list to get this chart. I think it is in the description down there, but that's for people who are not on our iMusic Academy list. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a short lesson on the jazz blues and using sort of the two-beat feel in the left hand. So with the two-beat feel, every two notes, so you hold these for half notes. We're in F blues, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So the drummer could be going ta 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 ta, and you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, which is sort of a walking bass, 4 on the floor kind of feel. All right, so let's go ahead. I put in the music up in the window up there, and let's see if we can. Let me know if you guys can actually read that. I definitely want you guys to download the chart. But I'm just going to go through the notes. And we're going to work on the left hand first, and then we're going to work on the right hand, then we'll put it all together. It's 10:08, so I'm going to go until about 10:25 today, and then we'll wrap it up. So here we go. On our left hand, we're going to go F, A, B flat, B, C. 2, 3, 4. All right, let's do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now, here's an interesting thing. When I learned about classical music, you learn things about finger substitution. So what I just did is I hit with the second finger, and then I went right to 5, and that sets me up to the octave. So I'm not using any pedal down there. I'm just doing using a finger substitution to change fingers from my index finger to my pinky so that I get that octave, and it's a really smooth transition. But if you need to just pick up your hand, that's fine too, if that doesn't seem comfortable for you. So we're going 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I changed to 5, 1, 5, 2, 1. Now, if you'll notice on measure, what measure is that? 4 or 5, where the bass does kind of that 4 on the floor thing. Even though we're doing a 2-beat feel, so we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm doing there is creating a little movement while there's nothing going on in the right hand, and just creating a nice little 4 on the floor for a second, and then I go right back to the 2-beat feel. Okay, let's go over our notes again. So we have F, A, B flat, B, C to C octave. Now I go C, F sharp, F, A, B flat. Now why am I doing this? Well, what we're doing is we have a 2, 5, 1 in the key of F. We have from C minor to F, and we're going to B flat. Well, you can do chromatic passing tones. So I'm doing 4 on the floor right there. I do C, F sharp, F, and then I went down a half step below the target note, which is B flat chord again. So we did dum da da. This is a perfectly acceptable thing to do. A great sound to approach your chord tones by half steps, right? It creates a nice little tension, but also some nice movement. Let's go ahead and do that from the beginning, just so you can hear it again. 1 and 2. And good morning to everybody that's just checking in. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you grab that PDF. If you're on the iMusic Academy email list, I already sent it to you. And if you're just now joining us, I want you guys to grab it as well. I have it up there in the top right, and hopefully you guys can see that. But here we go. We're just learning the bass line first, then we're going to do the right hand. We're going to put it all together, and we're going to do this stream in about 15 more minutes. So here we go. F is for the first chord, and then in a jazz blues, we have F, 2, 3, 4. Now right there even, I do the root to the third, which is a great way to transition half step below our target note, which is B flat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, chromatically up to B natural, and then C, and then we have 2, 5, 1 in B flat, and I'm going to go, instead of just C, F, B flat, I'm going to do this 4 on the floor chromatic passing tones, right? So we have C, F sharp, F, A, B flat. Now I'm back into the 4 on the floor. Hit the 2-beat feel. And then here I'm going to go C. Now even though I'm going to the D chord, I'm going to go up a half step above it, and then I'm going to go down to the D, and now I'm going to go a half step above the next chord tone, which is G minor, right? So I'm doing a 1, 6, 2, 5. So I'm adding a couple of half step approaches that make it really nice in a 2-beat feel. Do it from the beginning, and this time I won't talk. I'll just play 1, 2. It's going to start over. Let me do it again. So F, B flat, B, F in second inversion. It's just a F pedal. And then I do C, and now it's C minor, F, B flat, B diminished, F over C, chromatic to the D7, chromatic to the G minor, chromatic to the C, third root, 6, 2, 5. So even at the end, when we just have root 6, 2, 5, so 1, 6, 2, 5, I could go half step, right? That's a kind of a 4 on the floor. Dum, dum, dum. I have a little bit of an accent on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Not much, but just a little bit of emphasis on that second note, 1. Okay, let's go back to the sheet music and do it exactly as written. So F, A, B flat, B, C, octave. Now our 4 on the floor, C, F sharp, F, A, B flat, F, B, F, C, E flat, D, A flat, G. D flat, C, and then I go the third of C, and now I'm 1, 6, 2, 5, or F, D, G, and C. All right, let's take a break from that, and let's go ahead and talk about this right hand and what we're doing there. Okay, thank you for the likes. Let's keep those coming. Somebody say hey in the chat. Just let me know you guys are enjoying this, checking in. And let's go ahead and talk about the right hand. So what I did in the right hand is do a simple pattern based on the sort of the minor third to the major third, but also just thinking about simple F shapes, right? So if you look at this, you notice that all of the phrases start on the third beat. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Let's just break down that first thing. I'm doing the 5th note of an F chord, of an F scale. 5, 6, root 5. And then I go minor third to major third. Whatever blues you're doing, whatever key you're in, that minor third of the key to the major third is a very, very important sound. Now, one of the things as I was writing this exercise, the natural tendency would be to hear this, to hear the 6th note, which sounds great, and I almost was just decided to go with that because it's sort of the natural thing that you hear. But I like the idea of just doing it a little bit different and going down to the C every time, because it just gives us a little different feel, a little different sound than the typical, right? And for some people, it actually may be easier as it fits under the hand, knowing that you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... But I do go there at the end of that phrase. I go to the D there. So let's break it down one more time. So on the first chord, F, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, which is what? Minor third to major third, right? I'm still on the F chord. Now what is that right there, and why does that work? If I look at that as how it relates to the B flat chord, that's a B flat 7 chord with the 9th in there that sounds really nice, and that's your 13th, which sounds really nice, and that's your flat 7 of a B flat scale. So as I go to that, even though I'm really thinking, you know, F blues notes, scales and things, I'm thinking about why does that even sound good? Because that's the 9th of a B flat 7, that's the 13th, and that's the flat 7. Now, you don't have to think about all that while you're playing. It's just important to know that as you're playing these jazz blues phrases, well, why does it sound good? Because you can always explain it with chord tones and how it relates to jazz vocabulary. Let's do it again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... So there's a little tension there. I'm on the B, I'm on the chromatic thing, but that's okay. And then I go to this F over C. Bo-da-da-da. C, chromatic, F. Now I'm going to the B flat. Even right there. Bo-da-da, bo-da-da. Now I'm on the B flat 7. That works there because I'm on a B diminished, and that A flat is a part of that diminished chord. And then I go back to the C, minor third to major third with an F over C, and I go chromatically up to approach that D, which is my 6th chord of the F blues, a half step above, and now I'm there. And then I go chromatically down before the G minor. And then I get to where I just decided to put a little bit of tension there on that G minor. Bo-do-da-boom, da-da. I like the sound of that. It gives kind of like a G minor with a little flat third of the F scale, right? Just a little flat note. I just wanted to do that there. So bo-da-da-ba-da-da, bo-da-da-da, bo-da-da-ba-da-da, bo-da-da-boom. And then instead of doing the C there, this is the only time I went to the D. And the reason I did is because it sets our hand up for the octave that's coming next. All right, let me do a review of what we just did so far. So let's take it measure by measure. We start all of our phrases on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... All right, let's talk about the that last part there. Give me 1 second. What's up, Peter? Peter, I thought you would have been at work by now, man. Good to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and deal with that. Let me scroll down on the music. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure you like this video. Say hello in the chat if you get a chance, and most importantly, grab this PDF. I sent it out to our email list. It's also in the membership area, and you can download it if you're just now joining us. What's up, Kevin? Awesome, man. I can always count on you guys to join in with your awesome feedback. Okay, I know Kevin's going to practice this thing. All right, let me scroll down on the music real quick to the last line there. So you guys probably remember in our blues courses where we did, I'll do it in C, but you do, right? It's the power using the 6th chord, the 6th note of the scale is such a wonderful thing to do, because one, it sounds good, right? It's also the relative minor blues scale, and you guys know that I like to teach this. It's just as this is a great note, dee, da, da, minor third, da, 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 And then you go down the octave, and there you are again at the 6th note, right? But you can play your blues scale as you're playing a C blues. You can play the first 5 notes of the C blues scale. But you can always also go down 3 half steps. And now where are you? You're at the first 4 notes of the A minor blues scale. So whenever you're playing in the blues, like a C blues, for instance, you go down 3 half steps and play the first 4 notes of the A blues scale. Or you could play the whole A minor blues scale, and it's going to sound great. Right? So now I can interchange, go between C blues scale and A minor blues scale, and they both work fantastic. As it relates to this particular F blues that we're doing, we did the G minor, and now we're doing. We didn't do the whole thing, but we did. And on the and of 4, we went back up to the root note, which sets up a nice turnaround with the F, D, G, C. Let me see if I can get there. This is the B flat, B diminished, da, da. Here we go. Here's the minor, right here. See how I did that? I did da, 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 and 4, and then you go to the F root note. That gives it a nice sound when you do the and of 4. Da, 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 and then the root happens, right? Here we go, listen. Ba, da, 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 and then 1, 6, 2, and 5. And as I said before, whenever you're doing a 2-beat feel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Every once in a while, it's nice to give a little walking bass, right? And you can use those chromatics to get to the next chord tones, right? When I did the C minor to F7 and to B flat, instead of just going C, F, B flat, I did a 4 on the floor. The same thing at the very end. Instead of, we did I could just do what's written in the music, 6, 2, 5, or I could do 1, 6, 2, 5, or F, C sharp, D, A flat, G, D flat, C, and then it starts over again. Okay? Let's do one more review on that, and it's time to wrap it up. So here we go. Last time through, I'm just going to take you through each measure one more time. Everything starts on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and by itself, there's our chromatic line. 2, and 2, and 3. And 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Awesome, guys. All right, I hope you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed this live session. We have a membership that has been going really awesome for our students, and I'm very thankful for that. I've moved away from teaching individual private lessons, moved to more of a group thing, and it's been amazing. One of the things we've done in our membership area is gone to these 5-minute lessons where I do every single day. Sometimes there's 3 different 5-minute lessons a day, and I'm having trouble staying with the 5-minute format. I'm about at 8 minutes, but I'm writing all these out for everyone, and so it's a lot of fun. So make sure, again, that I hope you get this PDF, download it there if you're not on our email list. And if you are, you already have it in your email. And thank you again for hanging out. Make sure you guys like this video, and I'll do a lot more of these. Hope you all have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon.